Hello, this is Taylor for C110. This is Quiz 10. Okay, number one, I wanted to import string because I'm going to be using that function that throughout my functions. So for question one, I started by writing a function to remove any punctuations that are in a string. So I started by assigning the variable pun to, I believe this is all of the different punctuations that could be in there. And then I started an empty string, which my for loop is going to use that. It's going to take each character in the string. If it's not any of these, it doesn't have any of these punctuations, then it will put it into that empty string, fill it up, and then return the string. I then used that function to remove any punctuation for this one here, so I find my average word length in a sentence. So I start by removing any punctuation, and then I assign that to S just to make it easier for me to put it in the rest of my code here. And then I wanted to find the lengths of each individual word. So I'm splitting it. So here's my example sentence here. I'm going to use S split, which is my sentence after removing punctuation. I'm going to split it, and then for each one of these I want to know the length. So for example, I would be 1, have is 4, not is 3. It'll put it in there. And then to find the average of the length of each word in the sentence, I'm rounding it just for simplicity. And then I want the sum of all the lengths, so the 1 plus the 4 plus 3, so on, divided by the full length of the sentence. And then I'm going to run that one. Oops. Okay. So I got 3.3 for this, so that's the average word length. And then this is just from my second question here, which I'm taking all of these different sentences, and I want to find the average word length for each sentence. So I start by splitting it up, except this time I'm splitting the sentences using the period. So every time there's a period, it splits it up. And then I'm putting that in to a list, and basically it's just gonna make sure that it splits each of these sentences after I've split the period. Whatever was before the period is one thing in a list. So then I can go on to, I start my empty list here for my averages, and then I have my for loop, so for each thing in the list, so each sentence in this paragraph pretty much, this list of paragraphs, I'm going to remove the punctuation if there's any, and then I'm going to use my previous function, average word length in, to find the average word length of each. Oh, and that's these right here. So this first sentence in the paragraph is 3.333, the next sentence, the average is 3.562, and so on and so forth through all 5 sentences.